Hi, Nadeem here from Smart Riding Gadgets. Today I'm going to be doing an update on the Ricoel C7 unit. Now the reason I'm doing this is that Ricoel offer a service where you can update the splash screen with an image of your own choice so that comes up instead of the Ricoel logo at the start of the sequence when the unit fires up. So I've asked for the Smart Riding Gadgets display logo to be on here. What they've done is they've sent me back a .rar file, which is basically a zipped file containing the files that will update the entire software. Now I'll show you how that works and what's involved, and I'll show that on screen and go through the whole process of updating the unit. So this is the file that I've been sent. It's a .rar file, which is basically a form of compression. Now I'm going to unzip this, and I already have software installed to do that, so if you don't have, you're going to need that. In this case, it's called an archiver, the program I'm using on the Mac. So that should have done that. Yes, it has. And this is the file that is unzipped. Now it's called ispboot.bin. It's got 3 O's in it. I'm not sure why they've done that, but that's what it is. Okay, so now I've got the ispboot.bin file on the computer. So next stage is to get onto a micro SD card, which we'll then put into the unit itself. Now the card cannot be bigger than 32 gigabytes. If you do use one bigger than that, it probably won't work. I use a 16 gig card. It's an older one I have, but this seems to work fine for this type of stuff. So anything 32 gig and less. So I'm going to put it into this SD adapter, hook up to the computer, and then transfer it to the micro SD card. Now it's important that the card is completely clean, no other files on or anything. Again, it's always best just to reformat to MS-DOS FAT32. I think on some systems it's just FAT32. On the Mac it calls it MS-DOS FAT32, but on PCs I think it's just FAT32 is what it'll be called. So just make sure of all that before you do this. So this is the original RAR file that was sent to me. I've extracted that to the ispboot.bin file, and here is the 16 gig micro SD card that I'm using to put into the Ricoel unit. So I'm just going to open this, and I'm going to drag this in here, let it copy over. And that's it done. So I'm going to eject the card. And next thing is I'm going to open up the ports on the Ricoel unit to insert the micro SD card into it. So on the side of the unit here, there's ports here that's covered by this. It's held in with this little Phillips screw. So I'm going to take that out. When you're putting this back in, by the way, it's worth remembering, don't over tighten it. If you do, you're going to strip it out and it's going to be difficult to get out next time. So let's see if we get this open now. There we go, that comes straight off. Right, there's a USB-C here as well. And it's the port marked as TF. That's the one that we are going to be using. So what the instructions say for this is insert the micro SD card and then connect the power cable, then hold the top power button for 3 seconds and release. So let's see, let's just get this card in first and then we'll do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to connect it to my Mac to get power, and we'll go from there. Right. Here's the top button. I'm holding that down for 3 seconds. Right, let it go. Now it says, please do not turn off, unplug the USB flash drive during upgrading. So it is doing something. It's upside down here, I can't turn it around. Yeah, but it's got the blue bar showing that it's installing. Says now upgrade successful, data backup is in progress. Here we go, there it is. So that's it installed now and it's done. Okay, so I'm going to unplug this just now and I'm going to take the micro SD card out now. Oh, it's gone flying off, I'll get that in a second. And I'm just going to put this cover back on. As I said, do not over tighten these tiny little screws. It doesn't need to be very, very tight. There we go, that's it done. So that's the new splash screen with the Smart Writing Gadgets display on it now. So that looks pretty cool. I'm happy with that.